Yung statement po, yung that particular phrase in the statement na it was recommended that 300,000 metric tons of sugar should be imported. Sino po yung nag-recommend nun?
Actually, Madam, Your Honor,
Yes.
it was based on the recommendations of the stakeholders.
All right.
The recommendations of almost stakeholders that submitted the recommendation as an offshoot of the July 29 stakeholders or farmers, millers, and refiners stakeholders meeting.
So, based po dun sa July 29 meeting, in the following days, humingi kayo ng recommendation sa stakeholders. And you're telling the Blue Ribbon Committee this morning na base dun sa mga recommendation nung sabi nyo almost all the stakeholders, 300,000 metric tons of sugar were recommended to be imported.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And then, so in that, in the meeting then, the President and the Executive Secretary heard this recommendation of 300,000 metric tons. Tama po ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
So they both heard it. Were there any objections to the recommendation to import 300,000 metric tons?
I cannot recall any objection at that point, in that meeting, Your Honor.
So you cannot recall, there were no objections as far as you can recall to that recommendation of 300,000 metric tons to be imported. So again, you confirm that, and I quote the affidavit, there was an instruction to import from the President.
The instructions was to submit an import plan, Your Honor. And in the language of SRA, Your Honor, an import plan is an import program in the form of a draft sugar order.
All right. So the instruction was to submit an import plan. But in the
Yes,
language of SRA, pag sinabi pong import plan, ibig sabihin nun, import program. At sa
Yes,
trabaho
Your
ng
Honor.
SRA, pag import program ang pinapasubmit, ang forma nun that it takes is a draft sugar order.
Yes
Tama
po,
po
Your
ba?
Honor. Yes po.
So yun po yung naging birthing process nung inyong draft sugar order 4.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Na nag-instruct si Presidente mag-submit ng import plan na ibig sabihin sa SRA ay import program na ang forma nun is the draft sugar order number 4 eventually.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, salamat former admin Serafica. So yung and were there other matters discussed dun po sa pulong?
Actually, in that online meeting with the President, former board member Valderrama was also in that online meeting.
Okay.
And the President mentioned about a volume of 600,000 metric tons.
600,000 metric tons
Yes,
ang binanggit ni Presidente na volume. Okay.
And I said, Mr. President, that may be too much because starting August 1, First Farmers has already accepted canes delivery from farmers. And anytime this week, they will start milling.
Yes.
And former board member Valderrama can confirm this, Your Honor.